Okay, so far so good. So you made it quite far and you did a lot of great things in the content. And the last thing that I'm going to introduce you to is in the very bottom here. So now that we have our content here and our sidebar on the right, there's these two links that are kind of just floating around. That's what I've been talking about previously called the post navigation. It's basically the navigation that takes you to the previous or next article. But you technically don't know that because right now it just said that's a template that's called password protected and another template. So what we're going to do now is that we're going to open our files, and the files we're going to use is the content single page, the content single.php, the navigation.scss, and the template tags. What we want to do is basically style it a little bit more so that people actually know what they're clicking on and why they're clicking on it. It's very basic for a lot of websites that actually have this, especially blogs are really good at showing what's previous and what's next. So let's just do a little bit of changes to that. So we're going to start in the content single.php. You probably noticed before when we did the whole other thing, we have both the posted on, posted by. We have this, if you scroll down, thing called the post navigation. This is the function that we're going to change, but to spice it up a bit, let's just make a new function. So what we're going to do is we're going to a template text.php, and in the very bottom of it, we're actually going to make a new function. Now, I already provided a little snippet for this, so I'm just going to paste that in. Now, just a little comment that this is the post navigation for the single post, and I just made a function called uCodeGirl post navigation, and then it has an array and different things inside. Now, we're not the only ones who've had this issue with, okay, so what do you really want in your post navigation? So actually there's a link down below here. It goes to the WordPress.org developer site, where it's basically about the post navigation and what arrays, and its arrays and what it's capable of. So there's a lot of parameters it can take. There's a lot of things you can look at. Here there's a lot of different things, and there's a whole other link to it. You can basically look through this, but for now what I'm going to do in my code here is that I'm going to say that the next one here in the code girl, and I'm going to say that the next post is this, and then we're going to say the previous post is this, so it gets it automatically. Now if I just save this and go back to my website and say refresh, we can see that nothing has happened yet, and that's a good reason, sorry, because of course we still need to take the actual function of it. So if we copy the function here, go back to the content single.php, and we change it so it's no longer the post navigation, but it's our new function called uCodeGirl post navigation. Now save that, go back to the website, refresh. Here we now have it called previous, template called password protected, and the next one here. So now at least we have that settled. It's just nice to actually have a little more descriptive of what's going to happen when you actually press these links. The next step is to take some styling to it, and because we're not gonna take a lot of time to actually say, oh, but this is what you're gonna do, we have again provided a nice little snippet for you that you can check out. You're gonna place a snippet. If you open your files, you go to the SAS files, of course, and then you're gonna go into the navigation and the navigation.s.css. Now here you can always see that this is actually what we're gonna do. So the next step we're gonna do is we're gonna go into menus, just to show you that, and here is a lot of things. So just to be clear, I have the snippet, so I'm just going to paste that in. Great, go back to your website, refresh, and there it is. So this is some really nice styling we've applied to it. So basically we do that, we give it a little space, first of all, from the tags. We give it a nice box, and we can make it great big so you can click it. You don't have to hit the specific link. We have the previous kind of a little headline, so you know that the previous is this and the next is this, and it just have a nice hover effect. Of course, again, this is CSS. You can style it where we want. As you can see, we use the red that is in the CodeGirl color palette, so that's really nice. But again, you can style where you want. We just think this is really nice. It's clear what you're gonna do. It's clear when you hover. It's clear when you press it. So that's really nice, and that actually rounds up the single content video tutorial I had for you guys. I hope you learned a lot, and I hope that you didn't have any problems. Otherwise, you're welcome to go through the videos again and take it step by step. You code girl!